All right, we're going to be going over drawing 9.4 today. We've done one similar to this with some steps, but this one is inverted, it's upside down. So looking at it, there are a lot of dimensions, and it's really kind of confusing to look at, but it's actually really great that there are so many dimensions because it can help us complete this drawing. So what we're going to do first is we're going to start off with kind of what we know and what we're able to complete with this drawing. So looking at it, I need to decide what's going to be my starting point. And when I do this, I'm going to choose a starting point that's going to be my origin or my 0, 0. So I'm going to start in the bottom left-hand corner. I have dynamic input on, and I have my snaps on. Okay, we can adjust snaps as we go, whichever ones we want to put on. And I'm also going to turn on ortho mode, which is going to help me quickly input some of these 90-degree measurements in here. Okay, and then I'll just simply type in some coordinates for these angled measurements. We'll have to do some math to do that. So let's get started. We're going to start here in the corner. So I'm going to start by typing in line, and then I'm going to start at 0, 0. I'm going to move this a little bit more towards the middle of my screen. Okay, and now I'm going to go up. And it tells me I'm going to go up 3. So I'm going to point up because I have ortho mode on. Point up, type 3. Then I'm going to go to the right, 1. And then I need to figure out what this distance is. So I follow lines over, and I see it's 0.75. So I'll point down, 0.75. Okay, I need to go to the right here. It doesn't tell me how big this is, but I can see if I take 2.75 minus 1, minus 1 again, this distance here will be 0.75. So I point to the right, 0.75. I'm then going to go up, same as before, but I went down 0.75. Now I'm going to go up 0.75, and then I'm going to go over to the right 1. I can then see going down, it's 2.5. So I'll type that in. Then I'm going to the left, the same distance I went here, which was 1. So I'll go to the left, type in 1. Now I have this angle here, which is going over 0.75, but I need to figure out how far down it's going. Okay, so I can see it's 3 is where it's going to, and we were at 2.5, so if I do the math here, I'm going 0.5 down and 0.75 to the left. So those in relative will both be negative numbers because it's going to the left and it's going down. So I'm going to type that in, negative 0.75, comma, negative 0.5. Okay, and then I can close it back up by either clicking, or I like to always type C for close. We're now going to start on our next line and do this kind of matching zigzag pattern across the middle here. So I'm going to type in line again. And I got to figure out where my starting point is. So I can see it doesn't tell me from here to here what it is, so I have to do some math. 3 minus 1.65. And I'll end up with 1.45 up. Okay, and it's 0 on the x, so it's 0, comma, 1.45. Okay, and then I'm going to need to go up at an angle here. It's the same angle as before, if you remember. Okay, so it's going to be 0.75 over and 0.5 up. Okay, oops, I almost forgot. I got to go over 1 first, and then 0.75, comma, 0.5. And if you notice, quickly I just did a Shift Z, or Command Z if you're on a Mac, to undo my last command when I saw it didn't match. And then I'm going to go over 1 again. Okay, and then I can press Enter or Escape to exit. Now I need to make some circles, and these are easy circles because they're 3-point circles and tangent, tangent, radius circles. So I type in circle. For this one, I'm going to type in TTR for tangent, tangent, radius. I click on my top line, my line to the right here. And then the diameter is 0.8, so I have to divide it by 2, and I get 0.4. Now my next circle, type back in circle, I'm going to do a 3P, or a 3-point. So I'm going to click 3 different dots, and it's going to make a perfect circle to fill up the area. So I'm going to click, okay, press enter. I'm going to click on the right side here, the top, and I'm going to click on my other side here, which is not letting me really snap here, so I'm going to type in tan and click on this side. Okay, let's see, did that work? Ooh, no, it didn't work. Okay, Control Z. I know what I did wrong. Hopefully you do too. When you do a circle command, okay, let me go back, apologize about that. When you do a circle command and you type in 3P, every single one of your points should be a tan. Click, tan, click, tan, click. And now if I zoom in, yes, now it's perfect. Almost made a huge mistake there. Okay? So now I need to make an inscribed, well, this is inscribed hexagon and a circumscribed hexagon. So I'm going to type in polygon. And my polygon is going to be a 6-sided polygon because a hexagon has 6 sides. And now I need to figure out the center, so some more math. Okay, 2.75 minus 2.25 tells me it's 0.5 over in the x. And then 3 minus 2.5 tells me it's 0.5 up in the y. So my center point is going to be 0.5, comma, 0.5. And then we said it's circumscribed for the one on the left because it's outside the circle. And then I need to tell it the radius, which the diameter is 0.4. So the radius is going to be, I guess I said the diameter is 0.8, so the radius will be 0.4. Okay, I think I may have mixed up my words there. Okay, now we're going to do this circle with an inscribed hexagon here. So we're going to type in polygon again, 6 number of sides, and then I want the center point, which I can see it's 0.5 from the end here. Okay, and it's 0.5 up from this point here, which is not from the bottom. It's actually 1 up from the bottom. So I'm going to type in, okay, 2.25, comma, 1. Okay, and it's inscribed this time. And my radius, again, is the same because the diameter is 0.8, the radius is 0.4. Okay, no need to draw the circle here on the outside. That's just to help you understand that it's inscribed versus circumscribed. They're inside or outside of the circle. Okay, I'm ready to save, so I will save it. Okay, I'm going to call this one Woolsey Exercise number 94 in this case. Even though it's 9.4, I don't like to put periods in my titles. Okay, and I'm also going to print this to be able to submit it. So I'm going to print it as a Microsoft Print PDF. Window. Draw the old window around my object here. And I'll press plot and give it the same name. Okay, and I am done. Okay, if you have any questions, I know there were some hiccups with this one, but it's really not too bad when you get to this point because, as I said, it's just an inverted version of a drawing you have done before. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions about it, ask me during class. Thank you.